What is up, bros and broettes? I'm InkSlasher44, and today we are going to be answering the question, how good is the HVK? Yes, we are putting aside all the information we heard yesterday about the new Call of Duty game, and we are going to be talking about Black Ops 3, because let's face it, we all love Black Ops 3, and I think that's one thing I can really say about this game, is that this far into a Call of Duty game's life cycle, it's very rare to see this amazing support for the current Call of Duty game, and I love the support you guys give me on all of the videos I upload. I've got a lot of really great feedback on these analytical statistic type videos. You guys seem to really like them. So if you guys want to see more of these, you enjoy this type of video with stats and guns and all of that good stuff, it'd be greatly appreciated if you could hit that like button. It'd be really greatly appreciated. So let's put all the new Call of Duty game hype aside and get ready to look at some HVK. Now, to start looking at these stats, we're going to start off with the damage profile. So we're going to do a little bit of comparative stats as we go, but the damage profile is as follows: 30 damage up close, 29 at long range, and 22 at extremely long range. Now, this is the exact same damage profile and range profile as the ICR1. The exact same. So, in a lot of ways, it's going to be very easy to compare these two weapons. Another thing that's very comparative for these two weapons, they both have the exact same magazine size at 30 rounds. So, very similar. And we actually have done one of these videos before for the ICR1. So, I'll link that one down in the description below, but a lot of this is going to be comparing the two weapons. Now, the next stat we can look at is the fire rate. The fire rate for this weapon is 722 RPM. This is a very good fire rate for an assault rifle. In fact, it's the best in class fire rate. As a comparison to the ICR1 has a fire rate of 600 RPM. The KN-44, which has a better damage profile than both, has a 625 fire rate. So it's about 100 better than the KN-44 and about 125 better than the ICR1. And keep in mind, this weapon has the exact same damage profile as the ICR1. So looking at this, we can see that because of this, the HVK-30 is obviously going to have a better time to kill than the ICR1, because it has the exact same damage profile with a faster fire rate. That's very simple. Now, just as a reference, the time to kill isn't quite as good as the KN-44's, because the KN-44 has such a good damage profile, but it's close. With the fire rate, if you hit all the bullets, it's actually very close. However, while we're on the idea of comparing stats and looking at other weapons, we have a couple SMGs to look at. First things first, the Weevil. The Weevil actually has the exact same fire rate as the HVK at 722 RPM. This is interesting because the Weevil has a much worse damage profile. The Weevil has a damage profile of 30 up close, 23 at mid-range, where the HVK has 29 at mid-range, and at extreme long range, it has 19 damage. And not to mention, every single range is less than the HVK's. So obviously, the time to kill and the damage profile and everything is just much better on the HVK than it is on the Weevil. Again, looking at the Kuda also has a 722 RPM. This is a really weird RPM that a lot of weapons in this game have. However, the Kuda actually has a 3-bullet kill range, up to 200 in-game units, aka like 5 meters. It has this 3-bullet kill range. However, when getting off to those extreme ranges where we were talking about the HVK being bad at, the Kuda is even worse because it can drop off to a 6-bullet kill, whereas the HVK can't. So that's how that kind of balances out. So the Kuda and the HVK are very similar. The Kuda, however, also has a 3-bullet kill and a 6-bullet kill, whereas the HVK is just a 4- and 5-bullet kill. So this is a weapon that's very easily comparable to other ones. I find the Kuda a little bit better because if you manage your distance properly, you can kind of get a lot more of those 3 to 4-bullet kills, where I find a lot of the time with the HVK, I'm getting into those like 5-bullet kills, and that causes some troubles. But overall, these weapons are so consistent to compare because of that 722 fire rate. So when looking at assault rifles as a class of weapons, we see that a lot of the time, so many of the stats are so similar. In fact, this is kind of even more stressed when looking at the nitty-gritty stats of these weapons. For example, the HVK's aim down sights time is 0.25 seconds. Almost every other assault rifle, but the Man of War and Shiva, have this exact same aim down sights time. So again, very similar. On top of that, if we look at reload speed, this supports this even more. Most basically all of the assault rifles reload in 2.03 seconds. The XR2 reloads in 2, but like that's so minuscule, it's almost negligible. Oh, also, the Man of War and Shiva reload a little bit slower. So just keeping that in mind. However, the HVK-30 and the ICR-1 both reload in 2.03 seconds. And at this point, you were probably thinking, why he's talking about the HVK-30 in this episode? Why does he keep bringing up these two weapons? And it's very, very simple. So with these two weapons having almost identical stats, except the one thing that is different is the HVK has a faster rate of fire. Now, of course, you're probably thinking right now, calm down. Just calm right down, because the thing that the ICR has better than the HVK is its accuracy, and that is 100% true. The ICR is an absolute laser beam, and with that, some people would argue that it's a better weapon. I say, God, no. With a weapon having a faster time to kill, it's not like the HVK bounces all over the screen when you fire the weapon. It's still pretty accurate. In fact, if you haven't used the HVK after the most recent patch, one of the things that, or actually two of the things that were patched was increased aim stability and increased recoil stability. This means this weapon is a lot more accurate, almost to the point where it's as accurate as the ICR-1, because really, a weapon hits a point where it's just accurate enough. It doesn't really need to be any more accurate. And if you ask me, the HVK has hit that point. I mean, it's not quite as accurate as the ICR-1, but at all ranges, you are able to stay on target with this weapon without a doubt. And in fact, this weapon is pretty damn good. The only problem I have with it is when you get to those extreme long ranges, it just takes too many bullets to kill people. If we go back and look at the damage profile for this weapon, remember what I said, it's a 30 damage up close, 29 at mid-range, and 22 at long range, meaning a 5 bullet kill at long range, and that's a little bit of a problem. So running into that makes it a little bit difficult to get kills, especially if your target's moving quickly. That being said, the fire rate really does make up for that. So how good is this weapon? How good is it? On a scale of 1 to 10, I put this one at about a 7. It's not quite in the top 5 weapons. It may be in the top 10 weapons, but it's by no means a top tier weapon. And if you ask me, it's because at those long ranges, sometimes it's hard to pick up those kills because of that 5 bullet kill range. In fact, a lot of the assault rifles in this game have 2 bullet kills, 3 bullet kills, and 4 bullet kills. Only 3 of the assault rifles actually have those 5 bullet kills. It's the HVK, ICR, and M8A7. And again, the M8A7 has an even faster fire rate than the HVK. So when in comparison, it's not the best weapon in the world at long range, and that's why I don't put it as like one of the best weapons in the game. So I'd say about a 7 out of 10. Now, if you're setting up a class for this one, this is a weapon that you can pretty much use anything, and it actually is pretty decent. Some of the things that I suggest, though, are a grip. It helps a little bit. It's not needed, though. With the ICR-1, 100% not needed. This weapon, it still helps a little bit. Another good attachment is the quick draw grip. Another good attachment is definitely long barrel. Long barrel extends that 4 bullet kill range a huge extent, so that's one that you definitely want on there, is that long barrel. Stock is alright, but overall I'd probably go quick draw grip, and then finally that long barrel. A red dot sight, again, not needed. I enjoy using it, but definitely not needed. So overall, this is a pretty damn good weapon. After the patch, it's much better than the ICR-1. I don't think there's any way you can deny that, just because it's accurate enough now that the ICR's accuracy is just negligible. It's just so much more important to have that faster rate of fire. So, like I said earlier in the video, guys, if you've made it this far, if you enjoy these type of videos, it would be super greatly appreciated if you could leave a like rating. It's really appreciated. And by the way, stay tuned for this Saturday. We have a brand new series coming out. I'm really looking forward to it. So Saturday, I believe it's going to be coming out at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so whatever that is in your time zone. It might actually be 1:30 p.m., but that's beside the point, so stay tuned for that. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I upload new videos every single day of the week, except for Sunday, and check out my Twitter. That link is in the description. So thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, peace out.